90% of students get confused in LCM, but not after today. Today, I'll show you 3 different methods to find LCM without any confusion with simple steps. By the end of this video, you'll be able to find LCM of any number easily. So make sure you watch till the end. Before understanding the different methods to find out the lowest common multiple, that is the LCM, we should first understand what exactly the multiples are. So, multiples are the numbers we get when we multiply a number by 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. For example, what are the multiples of 4? Numbers that are coming in the table of 4. That is 4, 8, 12, 15, 20, 24. All the numbers that are coming in the table of 4 are actually the multiples of 4. Let's understand what are factors. Factors are numbers that divide another number exactly, leaving no remainder. For example, if we want to find out the factors of 12, so we have to think that what are the numbers that can divide 12 where the remainder becomes 0. So the factors of 12 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Because whenever we divide 12 by all these numbers, we will always get remainder as 0. Now let's understand what is the difference between the prime numbers and the composite numbers. Prime numbers are those numbers which has only 2 factors, that is 1 and number itself. For example, the factors of 2 are 1 and 2. Similarly, the factor of 3 again 1 and 3. 5 again 1 and 5, and so on. Whereas the composite numbers are the numbers which has factors other than 1 and number itself. For example, for 4, the factors would be 1, 2, and 4. For 6, it would be 1, 2, 3, and 6. And similarly for 8, 9, and 10. We have to note that 1 is neither a prime number nor a composite number. Also, the smallest even prime number is 2. Now, let's understand the first method, that is the mega list. That means we have to list down the different multiples of 4 and 6. Let's begin writing the first 6 multiples of both the numbers. For 4, it would be 4, 8, 12, 15, 20, 24. Now we write down the multiples of 6. That is 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Now, the question is to find out the LCM. That means lowest common multiples. What we have to do first, we have to figure out the common multiples. So if I list down the common multiples, I have 12 as my common multiple, then 24 as a common. But the question is to find out the lowest common multiple. So here the lowest common multiple is 12. So my answer is going to be 12. In the second method, we will break each number to prime factors. So let's begin. For example, for 12, the factors are 3 and 4. Since 3 is the prime number, so I will circle it and it cannot be further factorized. So I will factorize my 4, which is my composite number. And I know that 2 times 2 is 4. So I will write 2. Again, 2 cannot be further factorized, so it will be remain as it is. So I'll stop over here. Similarly, I will draw the factor tree for 18. Now, 6 times 3 makes 18. 3 is the prime number, which cannot be further factorized, but 6 is a composite number, which can be factorized by 3 times 2. Again, 3 and 2, both of them are prime numbers, which cannot be further factorized. The second step is to list down the factors of 12 and 18. So now, for 12, the factors are 3 times 2 times 2. For 18, the factors will be 3 times 2 times 3. Now, I'm going to group the common factors. For example, 3 and 3 are the common factor over here. 2 and 2 are the common factor. So these common factors will be considered as 1. So here the LCM is going to be 3 multiply with this group, that is 2, and then multiplied with the individual numbers that are being left unpaired. So that is 2 times 3. Now, if we multiply all of these numbers, that is 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, and 12 times 3 is 36. So our LCM is going to be 36. Now, let's come to the third method. That is the common division method. What we actually do over here, we divide all the three numbers all together by using a prime factor. So here we will make a kind of an L shape, write all the three numbers over here, and we will figure out that which is a common prime number that can divide all the three. If I consider as 2, 2 will only divide 12 and 20, but not 15. If I think of 3, 3 can divide 12 and 15, but not 20. So let's begin with the smallest prime number, that is 2. 12 divided by 2 makes 6, so we will write 6 over here. 15 cannot be divided, so I will write 15 as it is. 20 divided by 2 is 10, so I will write 10 over. Now, the next prime factor that we can divide two of the numbers is 3. So 3 times 2 is 6, 3 5s are 15, and 10 cannot be divided, so we will write 10 as it is. Just remember, if the number cannot be divided by the prime, it has to be written as it is. Now, I will use 5 as the prime factor that can divide 5 and 10. So 2 cannot be divided, I'll write 2 as it is. 5 1s are 5 and 5 2s are 10. Now I'm only left with 2. So 2 can be divided by 2 only. So 2, 1, 1 and 1. So to find out the LCM, we multiply all the prime factors that were used to divide these three numbers. So that would be 2 times 3, 5, 2. Now we will find out the LCM. What is 2 times 3? 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. And then 30 times 2, that is 60. Our LCM is going to be. The secret hack. Is one of a factor of the other? Yes. If your largest number is a multiple of the others, like 5, 10 and 20, the LCM is going to be 20. Master these three methods and you are an LCM pro. Now it's your turn. Find the LCM of 8 and 12 and write your answers in the comments.